G'day, guys and girls, and welcome to the Amateur Racer Podcast, the podcast by amateur racers for amateur racers. My name is Curtis, and I'm here with Lance. He's back.
Yeah, back. So we're hopefully back full swing, week on week now.
Yep, should be. You got a race coming up.
Yeah, so we got round 2 of the local club championship in a few weeks. 7th, 8th, 9th June.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to get my bike ready.
What are you going to do to it?
Oh, service it, new chain sprockets. It's literally sitting in the rain, new tyres.
Outside.
Coolant. Yeah, I haven't finished building my garage. It's got no roof yet.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Yep.
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 Yeah.
Going to go new tyres or second hand?
I think I've missed out on second handies because there's no ASBK rounds, so probably buy a new set. Might go some Bridgestones. I've heard some good things about them, so.
Really?
Yeah, the VO1s or VO2s.
Ah, that apparently they last really long.
Yeah, and they're weird size. Instead of like a 180/60, they're a 195/650.
What?
Yeah,
That's bizarre.
but they're like the same size as the 180/60 pretty much.
Oh, okay. Yep. And many people using them?
A few. So Joe Salter uses them.
Mm.
There's another bloke, the bloke that owns that on-site tyre stuff. He uses them on his pre-2K bike.
Yep.
And then Crashly's trying some.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can use any tyre you want in the motorcycle sportsman, right?
Yeah. It's only the Dunlop Super Series, whatever the other local one. You got to have to use Dunlops.
Dunlops.
Yeah, won't enter it purely because I don't want to use Dunlops.
Yeah. In saying that, there's a Brian Starring had Dunlops for.
Yeah.
And
If you go into the bend, get yourself some Dunlops.
Yeah. Everywhere else, they're shit. So what classes are you going to race in?
So racing F2 Clubman because I'm a trophy hunter. I'm going to come like 20th in F2, so I think I'm like 4th in F2 Clubman at the moment.
Sweet.
Still racing against the same guys.
Whoever turns up the most wins, right?
Yeah. So at the moment, everyone else who was at round 1 entered for round 2.
Oh,
and
sweet.
then I'm also entering F3 as the 450 one-cylinder turned-off mode,
Oh, yeah.
which is way more fun.
Is it?
Yeah, this bike has no power. You just like get to apex, bang it wide open, and then you enter the corner like 30. You hit your braking zone like 30 k's an hour slower.
Yeah.
It's just like not scary.
Slow motion almost.
Yep. Bike gets hot though. All that full throttle time.
Ah.
Mm.
Even now there's one less cylinder working.
Yeah, but I think the fuel in that cylinder would help cool it a bit.
Mm.
So and then I only had 15-minute gap between races.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to come in and like spray water on the radiator and get the bike to cool down before I went back out.
You're a big fan. Well, you won't have that problem.
Not winter.
And not winter, not up there. It's freaking freezing.
Last year my spare tyres were frozen in the trailer. So literally like ice on them at 9 a.m.
Yeah, what heat cycles?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we better talk about the GP in the weekend. Le Mans.
Oh, it was... All 3 races were bloody great to watch. Super entertaining.
Yep.
The weather definitely helped with the cold, wet, dry, hot.
Yeah, it made the qualifying and practices really interesting, I thought. Because it was so mixed up.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's cold there. Like, this is the first race, I think nearly everyone ran softs.
Yeah, the whole front row was soft at least.
Yeah. And first time Mark has ever raced a soft tyre.
Yep.
So that shows how cold it was. Because it was like one of the first times he used a medium not long ago.
Yeah, and he made it last, which he said in the post-race interview, he was like, it wasn't safe to do anything but soft.
Yeah, because I think it was like 13 degrees, ambient temperature or something like that.
Maybe Mia and Abraham weren't on soft front tyres.
So I don't know if anyone knows, they crashed on the warm-up lap.
Yep,
Not together. There was like a separate kind of incident.
Abraham got up blaming Mia though, and Abraham probably caused Mia to crash.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So he just, carbon brakes, obviously the tyre wasn't warmed up, grabbed it a bit hard, just locked the front, didn't he?
Yeah, and then...
Mia did the exact same thing behind him.
Yep. It's almost...
Spazzes.
It's better than Ione crashing on the in-lap.
Yeah. That was right. Ione. That was the best. What was going on there? Nothing was ever said about it. It was just like, what the fuck?
Like, he just fucking sent it.
outlap, I'm fucking going for it.
Yep.
So probably biggest thing for me this weekend was KTM have found a lot, and it was noticeable from the first practice session. They were just heaps faster.
Yeah, everyone except Happy Siren was like
Mm.
5 places better than usual.
Yeah, he's been mud all year though, hasn't he?
Yeah, but you put the Zarco, Oliveira, and Pole, Volkswagen, they were.
Yeah, especially Pole.
Yeah.
He's been really good. So the big thing for them was the new carbon fiber swing arm.
Yeah, it must just be a big step in the right direction for him. With it makes the bike feel like what a GP bike should, I guess. If they're all doing better.
Yeah, I know that Zarco has been pretty vocal saying, "Hey, the chassis is pretty shit. There's no feel."
Yeah, it was only last week, like 3 or 4 days before the race, KTM there was an interview with one of their head motorsport guys, saying that they'll never move away from the trellis steel frame. So they'll never go to an aluminium or carbon frame.
Yeah.
They're like, we win. They said we win every other type of motorsport with that frame. Why would we? Why can't we?
Yeah, that's what they know.
Yeah, we can do it in GP.
Hey, it's starting to work. Something's working.
Yeah.
And they can make easy adjustments with the trellis frame. It's easier for them to bring a new frame than everyone else.
Yeah, and then now they're in Europe as well. They can probably go, oh, we want to change this, get a frame made that night, and then trucked to the or fly into the racetrack.
Yeah.
In a few days, they can prototype a frame.
They already make a shitload of parts as well. Now they're in Europe. The
Yeah.
riders are going to be like, what the fuck? There's too many. Which is a good thing to have, I suppose.
As long as they're in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quattroaro was really good all weekend. Just couldn't quite get it together in the race.
Yeah, P1 fastest. He looked super promising. French friends would have been cheering.
Yeah, they were going nuts. They were loving it.
Yeah, even in the race, he fell back and then fought back up. So he had pace, but
he got just tangled up too much in the race and had to make up way too many positions. He set the fastest lap time though. I'm pretty sure in the whole race. It was consistently fast. So who else had a strong weekend? Well, we'll talk about qualifying because that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, so Q1, all the guys that went straight to Q2, they set their times to get into Q2 in FP2, because that was the last dry session.
Yep. Because FP3 was 12 seconds slower.
Yeah, it was soaking wet.
Yep.
They were still the fastest guys in FP3, but pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, and then fucking Rossi does a Miller and goes out on slicks in the wet.
Yeah, and it was wet. It wasn't like it was in between. It was pretty wet out there. So, all to him, it was pretty ballsy from the old fella.
Yeah, and I think his first flying lap wasn't great, and then he came out and just blew everyone away. It was straight away.
Because he just stayed out there. The tyres kept warming up, and he just kept getting faster and faster. Until he basically chewed him out.
Yeah.
After 7 laps or something like that. But it didn't work for him in Q2. All the other Yamaha guys, they all went out slicks.
I think Morbidelli went out on wets.
Did he?
But, yeah.
And I know a lot of the field went out in slicks as well, because after the outlap, everyone came back in nearly.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, it's way too wet. Because it did rain in between sessions.
Yeah, and it was getting
raining during
heavier.
the session.
I think they actually delayed Q2 because it wasn't up as quickly as it usually is after Q1.
So Marquez, the first flying lap from Marquez on wets was pole.
Yeah, and then Miller was a really early lap.
He just got slower from them pretty much, except Rossi did alright. He came towards the end. He set his fastest lap, but that was after he did his tyre change and did a couple laps on the slicks, which takes time.
I think Petrucci's was quite late as well. But generally, usually it's after the checkered flag, it's just lap, and pole comes up, but
it was the complete opposite.
Yeah, it was
pretty
a big
much
anticlimax.
Race time, Miller was I wouldn't say big surprise, but one of the first persons to actually be in front of Marc Marquez all season.
Yeah, I think he's the only person to lead a race other than when Marquez crashed.
Yeah.
Except for since Qatar. Only person to lead a race other than Marquez. When Marquez was riding.
I was pumped for him. He was riding super aggressive and looking fast. He was probably chewed out his tyres a little bit too much, but he still hung in there. Like he was that last lap or two, he still gained on second and third.
Yeah, he was still catching Petrucci, and it was like
because he made like a mistake. That's how
yeah
they got ahead of him. But,
I reckon when he got in front, I reckon he was pushing hard. I reckon he was trying to make a break, but
yeah,
just
Marquez
couldn't get away from him.
He had a little bit in reserve by the looks of it,
which he always does.
He always does. Yeah, he just once he got past, as you were saying earlier, he just got 1/10 here, 1/10 there, and just got ahead.
And I think once Marquez was in front, from then on, every lap he did was within like 2 or 3 tenths.
Yeah,
that was so consistent.
His last sector was bullshit fast. That's all.
Yeah, he was like gaining so much ground on them.
He's picking it up out of corners so quick, and they found some serious horsepower this year. Like Ducatis, I saw they were right behind him and didn't gain any ground in slipstream or anything.
Yeah, no, they were.
Like combination of him being faster, but also them having way more power this year than they used to.
Which isn't really a historic like a Honda trait. They're usually like their superbikes and stuff, kind of. In the super sport bikes, like lower power but smoother and easier, nicer to ride.
Yeah.
They've made that thing's an animal now.
And it's kind of a bike to suit him because of his riding style's so aggressive. And like just throws it in.
He's been their number one rider for so long. Like,
yeah,
it's
his bike now, and that's why no one else can really ride it as well too. Plus, he's a freak.
Yeah, Lorenzo did a lot better this week, but
yeah, he definitely did better. I just saw an article saying, "Yep, give it time, and I'm going to be good," and he will be, no doubt. He will be. Once he tweaks it.
Just finding his baseline and.
Also, he said one of the big improvements he made was just the seat. So back to the old Lorenzo seat
another
again.
Seat.
So he was using. He tried the one he'd used on the Yamaha, similar shape, didn't work. Tried Ducati one, didn't work, and he went to just like the one that Marquez is using. And he's like, that is way better.
And it looks like it's less supportive then.
Yeah, it's narrow and less supportive. So it's completely opposite of what the Ducati one was, which is just bizarre. Pol Espargaro was really good. KTM's best ever dry time it was. I think got 5 seconds or 5.9 seconds off the winner.
Yes.
So they're improving. Like it's only a matter of time before they're up there on the podium, I think.
Yeah, they got a podium last year, but it was a wet race.
It was wet though, and everyone crashed.
Yeah.
Still a podium. Hey, he stayed on it. That was annoying this year because if Aleix Espargaro was ahead of him, he fucking crashed as well. I'm like, man, then you could have been on the podium. But Pol's a better rider than Aleix. I think he is. If there's a battle, he won't crash and he'll duke it out.
Yep.
Like he proved that this weekend. He was duking it out with the fast, like Morbidelli. Who else was with him?
He was near Crutchlow.
I'll bring up the results.
Yeah. Just behind Rossi, in front of Morbidelli.
Rins was there for a period, I think. And Lorenzo was up there before he fell back too.
Yep.
So he was doing well. He was doing really well. And he was right up there with Petrucci in the first couple of laps before the top group kind of broke away.
Yeah, I think he was actually holding Petrucci up a little bit for a little while. When Dovi was sort of in third.
Oh, that's who Petrucci did that super aggressive pass on.
Oh, yeah.
It was so ballsy. I was like, damn, you would not want to come off doing what they did.
He went in deep into that chicane, but then just like pulled it up and turned it into like full block pass mid chicane.
Yeah. He just gave him, fuck you, you are not coming through, I am going through. He did some really good passes. We were saying before the podcast, though, that he was being super aggressive until it came to Dobby.
Yeah, and he was still still going for the passes, and he was lining them up, planning them.
Yep.
But then wouldn't go through with it where he would have otherwise. But I guess you can't take his teammate out, and
no, that would be awkward.
His team's championship contender.
Yeah. He's not a satellite rider anymore.
Yeah, and I guess Dobby kind of knew it as well because he was kind of half-assed defending stuff.
Yeah. Yep. He did say after the race, Petrucci, he's like, if I took him out, I would have gotten beaten. Gigi would have beaten him.
He's just scared of Gigi.
Oh, dear. Quartararo is really fast. Marquez is, I think, he's just going to be unstoppable this year.
Yeah, if he keeps going the way he is, like he's now, or I think he's 10 points ahead now, or
Yeah, I think it's going to be. He's going to have to injure himself or something.
yeah,
Which he never gets injured properly.
no, he always crashes, but
The front end slower crashes
test
generally.
the limits.
Yeah. And that's it. He uses the crashes to say, all right, that's the limit. I won't push any more than that.
Yeah,
And he saves those stupid ones. The one he saved in the weekend was ridiculous.
yeah, he was on the ripple strip.
Yeah.
And his front,
laying down.
like his front wheel wasn't on the ground at one point. He still saves it.
He did come in after that one.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll actually have a bit of cool down after that. He usually just keeps riding.
Yeah, and then his crash in Q2, he was like still trying to save it when it would hit the gravel.
Yeah, if he was... I don't think he'll be able to do those saves in the wet because I was watching it and it just... No,
he can't like grip with his levers.
He won't, grip and push back up. It just goes, just slides.
But that even though he didn't save that Q2 crash, it did mean that the bike didn't flip when it hit the gravel because he was hanging onto it.
Yeah.
Which,
good for the team.
Yeah, Simon Crafer's like that's then super dangerous because if it really gripped, it would just throw him.
Yeah, break his wrist or something.
Yeah.
As well.
Then you could pick the bike up and keep going.
The team, you're like, yes, we don't have to completely fix his bike, just a little bit. So, what did you think of Rossi on during the race?
Oh, he's just a Sunday man. Like, how does he?
Yeah, he's fifth, and him and Miller were really close, and catching Dobby and Patrici the last couple of laps, but they're really fast by themselves, the Yamahas, but in a race they struggle.
Yeah, they can't fight the Ducati or the Honda now.
Just because it's the power deficit, like.
They'd be fine with Suzuki, like, they'll be...
Yeah, that would be fine. It's just too much of a... People are going to whinge, say, it is still a good bike. It handles really well, obviously. The other guys are going well.
There's something to be said about it being, like, a friendlier bike,
Yeah.
If it's easier to ride, you can ride at that limit for longer.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, it's good for the rookies as well.
Exactly. And Quattro is just fucking good, so is Morbidelli.
Yeah.
Which also helps. But I was looking at the speed trap results for the weekend, and they were like over 10 kilometers an hour down on the top few guys.
Yeah, there's
like down. Rossi was like one of the bottom guys.
Yeah. I guess Honda and Ducati are just so fast.
And even the KTM and Aprilia were faster.
Yeah, the KTM's got a brutal engine, which is, I guess, a bit of a trait of KTM bikes, road bikes.
Hard to control. They're saying with the electronics and stuff, but heaps of power.
Yeah.
You'd rather have too much power than too little, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 300. It's near enough 300
They can't get out of a corner, but...
yeah. But it's a good problem to have. It's like, all right, well, we got too much. How do we fix it? Do we get with electronics or mechanical?
Yeah, I guess their problem is then that they got so much power, but their electronics aren't developed enough, which is kind of Yamaha's problem last year.
Yeah.
That it just kills that corner drive. Whereas like Honda and Ducati that have it sorted, the guys can just rag on it and it gets them out of the corner safely and fast. And
that was what Dobby was doing really well. Like Patrici looked faster everywhere, but then out of corners, Dobby was he just walk away. Yeah, I think Dobby's like, he brakes super late and he gets on the throttle super early. Yeah, he must have really good throttle control. But his corner speed looks not quite as fast. It looks slow as fuck. But it really does. If he gets into the corner before you on the brakes, you can't get past him. And he's getting out of the corner better, so you can't get past him. So like being slow mid corner isn't. Yeah, must be. Yeah, he must be super awkward to pass. Yeah, if you weren't as good on the brakes, you could pass him in, or if he was bad out of the corner, you could pass him on the exit. But yeah, but they always, I know on the GP coverage, they always say like data says he's the latest braker. Yeah, and you can see it like they're in a line, and he's just sailing deeper into the corner. So that bike, it probably suits. Well, he's used to it, but it suits his late braking because it's slow as fuck in the corners still. Yeah. They don't have that edge grip and whatnot. They said it's the most stable under braking as well. Yeah. Well, it makes sense then, doesn't it? I suppose we'll talk about our results. I'm reluctant to. Yeah, you had a bit of a
disaster
Right.
week on your
Yeah.
picks.
I don't know if everyone listened last week, but I tipped Bagnaia as my rookie and Vinales.
And then, yeah, Bagnaia sent it straight into
In-
Vinales' back wheel.
Oh. And one thing, Vinales was just like, he didn't even look angry. He's just like,
He's like,
fucking hell,
alright.
man. Yeah. Because it's happened a couple times during this year now.
The last time was Mia, wasn't it?
Might have been, yeah, just...
No, Quadraro. Morbidelli.
Morbidelli.
Oh,
Morbidelli. And that was in the last lap.
yeah.
And they're both like in fourth.
Yeah, they
fifth
were
and
fighting
sixth
for
or
a good
something.
place.
Yeah, a good place.
This was like in 13th.
Yeah.
I just high
It's
sized it.
just like, yeah. Fuck off, man. That just... I was not happy.
Yep.
You'd be happy if...
Yeah, I went Miller and I was cheering all weekend.
Yep. He's looking good this year.
Like, he's very much like does well or crashes, but
Yeah. Yeah. What's he got? Second, 2/4, a crash.
I got 2/4, a third, and a crash.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
And the crash was like,
Wasn't his fault. He got taken out.
yeah.
So.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
Alex.
Elise, yeah. Yeah,
That
should we
was-
talk about that? The comments from the riders.
Yeah, I talked about it a bit last week,
Yeah.
but they had issues. I think it's just a racing incident. There's nothing to it.
Yeah, I think Alicia's comment is just like a language barrier.
Yeah, it
He's
comes
like-
across so differently.
You deserve to crash because of where you've put yourself on the track in that moment.
Exactly.
Not because you're a bad dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of journalism, sensationalism there because it was like they just give those couple of head like you deserve to crash, and then when you actually read the full thing, it's like exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Puts it all in the context a bit more.
Like, it was a racing incident. Like, I think like a Leish caused Miller to crash because by shutting the door on him. But
Yeah, but yeah, it was a bit nothing to me.
I don't know how Leish kept the bleed bike upright with Miller like
Yes.
low siding inside of him.
And hit his front tyre
Yeah.
as well. So usually that's just instant crash. Ian only retired due to injury. He looked like he was struggling all weekend. It must be pretty bad, his ankle.
Yeah, he qualified last.
Yeah.
Like,
He
yeah.
just didn't look like he was in it. He did okay, but he must be seriously injured. And I was saying to Lance earlier that I read an interesting article. Well, not an article, just an Italian journalist talking about all the teams and the riders, and he said that Iannone has gone the full tactic of, I'm not worrying about results this year. Yes, that would be nice, but I'm here to develop the bike and improve like next year, like he kind of did with Suzuki, I suppose.
Yep.
Whereas Alex is like super determined to just get results, and by doing that, he's just riding around the Aprilia's problems. Like Alex is getting consistent top tens. Like he's doing pretty well this weekend when he got 12th. Doesn't seem to go well in mixed conditions, but I think that's him
Yeah.
as well. Like
He's a bit like up and down.
he's not a superstar. Like he only can win on his day, whereas I don't think.
Alicia's like mid pack.
Yeah, on his good days he's mid pack.
It'd be interesting though because that was like Ione's stand. Like I want to develop the bike, go hard in the future when the bike's better.
Yeah.
That's what Reading wanted to do, and they didn't sort of give Reading the chance. They're just like, no,
Yeah.
go on, mate.
I don't know what feedback Reading was giving though either. Like
Nah.
whether it was just mud. Or
Yeah,
just-
or just put them in the wrong direction, or
Yeah, because
Yeah.
one thing that I did realise I saw was as soon as Iannone got there, him and Alex were like agreeing on like certain stuff. Where he's like, and Alex seemed like excited. He's like, oh, finally someone who's giving really good feedback. And Bradley Smith was confirming it, saying, yeah, what Iannone said,
Yep.
that's the right direction to go. And Iannone was saying things that they'd never heard.
Mhm.
And they're like, oh, we didn't even think of that. Yeah, we'll look at that. And
Yeah,
move in
and
that
he's
direction.
ridden more bikes in the paddock too to have a better base of knowledge.
Yeah, and he was doing really well last year in Suzuki. He got plenty of podiums.
Yeah, there's,
Him and Rin's got heaps.
like it must be disappointing for him personally to such a big step back, but
Yeah, if
probably-
he can do the same thing with them, pretty good achievement.
yep.
What else we got? So, unfortunately, one of the marshals passed away on the weekend. He had a heart attack, I think it was, Lance, was it?
Oh, I didn't see exactly what, but he collapsed and died. Collapsed
Mm.
on the side of the track on Friday practice and
So,
passed away.
Rins did something really nice and gave his helmet to the family. Was it after the race?
Yeah, he stopped on the in-lap, gave it to a bunch of the marshals to
Yeah.
pass it on.
Yeah, because I did see them holding it up.
Yeah, the commentator said it was a Alex Marquez helmet, but it was a Rins helmet.
Yeah, it was definitely a
Yeah.
Rins helmet. Because I love his helmet. It looks
Yeah.
fucking awesome. I noticed it. I'm like, oh, damn, that's a good helmet. I want it. And Jack Miller, towing service, you brought up?
Yeah, he's got third time. He's second time rescuing a Suzuki rider.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Mia, I think he crashed, but then had to push his bike back in,
Mm.
and it was Miller rocks up, pushes him down pit lane.
It's for a while. It's like a minute pushing.
Yeah, that must have been going pretty slow.
Yeah.
But it's not. MotoGP put a post up and it had like the videos of like him with Rins on the back at Phillip Island last year, and then there was one with Vinales, but it was like nearly an entire lap pushing Vinales around.
That was the I think that was the foot. He had like the foot on the back, just like pushed him along.
That's what he was doing to Mia as well.
Yeah, it looks awesome when people do that. So there were some pretty cool fans there.
Yeah, I saw one French bloke, and I guess because it's cold, he's sitting there in full leathers, but they were like the craziest leathers I've ever seen. So they had yellow and orange and red like Repsol colours. They had Pramac across the chest, and then they had I think it had like a Suzuki or something, or like some other brand that not related to Repsol or Pramac, and it was.
He just supports everyone.
He was loving it.
He wouldn't have been cold.
No, definitely not.
Definitely needed the full leathers.
And then they were saying the French friends in general, like, well, they would have been cheering when Quartararo got top in P1.
Yep.
And then, but if it wasn't Quartararo or Zarco who won the race, apparently the French fans are just like Rossi mad.
Yep.
They just like, yeah. Like
He did alright.
Yeah.
He did alright.
Everyone in the world's Rossi mad, they're really.
Yeah. Well, next race is going to be with Jello, which they are more than Rossi mad.
Yeah, that's his home
like,
track, isn't it?
Yeah, they are fanatical.
Yep. That's his home track and Ducati home track?
Ducati and Aprilia, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think all the Italians treat it as their home track pretty much. There's another Italian track, isn't there?
Yes, there is, and it's the like Pramac home track.
Okay.
Where they had the Lamborghini Bumblebee colours last year.
Yes, yeah, they look cool. I like them. They were cool. So yeah, Aprilia and Ducati treat that as a home track, and everyone there loves Rossi, and there'll be lots of flares.
Yeah, yellow flares and all it's all on the outlap. It's just like
Yeah,
they can't see.
Like we're trying to see get warmed up and get a feel for it. There's just flares everywhere. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention was Crutchlow whinging about qualifying.
Yeah, was he just whinging because he didn't do well?
That's the general consensus. Yeah.
But like, what was he actually saying? Like, what's his alternative?
Well, I don't think he really gave one.
Because what they have is way better than just like a 30-minute session.
Yeah, it's way better.
Yeah.
I think it's the best way at the moment, unless someone can think of something pretty revolutionary. You can't really change it for conditions. Like, that's part of racing.
Yeah, and the fast guys can't go fast with the slow guys on track.
Mm.
And then, yeah, it's just like...
If you don't get through in Q2, tough titties. Bad luck. Into Q1, sorry. From Q1 to Q2.
Yeah.
Like, you're getting... I understand, like, his complaint is, we don't get enough time for setup. Well, what do? Like, you do it over 4 sessions, but then they can't use FP4 as a setup session. So...
Even as it is, they can't... I guess they can make quick changes, but, like, FP4... It's nearly like they nearly have to qualify in race trim because it's so close together.
Mm.
But they have multiple bikes now, but the weather would have fucked that up because they would have had a wet bike and a dry bike.
But it's the same for everyone, so...
Yeah.
It doesn't... If you don't use the right strategy to get your time, that's on you and your team, I think.
Yeah, and he's like... He qualifies really well sometimes, like...
He's usually up there.
Yeah. He's usually a Q2, like, all the time.
Just he wasn't this time.
Yeah.
I can understand, like... This would have been tricky because they only get a certain amount of each tyre, the allocations. But so did everyone else. Just because it works for your bike, that's your manufacturer's problem.
Yep.
Honda use a soft, and they usually always use a hard. So things are changing, and
the
manufacturers got to change for it.
The wet weather should help the tyre allocation because I don't think they're very limited on wets. They're only really limited on the slicks if it's a full dry weekend.
Yeah. So they have to manage them and reuse old tyres to set race simulations and stuff. But the wets shouldn't be an issue at all. Plus, they didn't use a lot of wets, really.
No, just FP4 and qualifying.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whinging.
Usually the Crutchlow way.
He's one of those guys. I really want to like him, but sometimes he's unlikable.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He does say some funny shit, and he looks like he has a good time at track.
Yep.
And everyone really likes him in the paddock, apparently. So, well, not everyone, but most of the riders. I remember when he first won, Rossi was fucking hugging him, giving him high fives. Was down at the pit lane cheering him on. So were a couple other races. They were really happy for him. So, but he comes across as a knob sometimes.
Yeah, it's I guess he's opinionated, which what makes him entertaining.
Yeah.
So.
It's good to have people like him than just fucking mutants.
Yeah, a lot of the riders are pretty much silent because they're scared of what their contracts say, or
yeah, especially the younger guys.
Petrucci tells you how scared he is.
yeah, he's the funniest. I like Petrucci. He always says funny shit like that. He's good value. All right, Moto 3.
Moto 2.
Moto 2. Yeah, sorry, skipping one here. Skipping one. Let's bring out the results. So this was. It wasn't the most exciting Moto 2 race as far as Moto 2 goes, but Marquez he looked good.
Yeah, did anyone check if Mark was wearing his leathers?
It might as well have been.
Yeah, once he got in front on the second lap, he was just consistent and out there.
He didn't look like he was gonna make a mistake. He looked super smooth. Fuck, he rode well.
Yeah.
If he can do that all the time instead of fucking crashing, he's been crashing a fair bit.
Oh, last Squam wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
That was my mate Gardner.
Oh, yeah, old Remy.
Fucking Remy.
Hey, support him, he's Aussie.
Yeah, he's got to do... Yeah. We had Locatelli, do huge high side on the first corner.
Oh, it was, Yep. Fuck that. That was a good effort.
It was the track was you could see on the overhead shots, it had a dry line and it was damp, and he must have just been the person out on the damp and just...
Yeah. Full send.
Yeah, it was a big one. He was limping off and...
Yeah, that proper high side like that would fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Holy shit, it would hurt. I did see one of the guys as well. I can't remember who it was, but he just... Turn 1's stupidly fast.
Oh, I just went straight off into the...
Straight in the gravel, full pace.
Yeah, that was one of the VR46 riders.
He was fucking flying.
I think it was Bulliger.
Oh man, it was...
Yeah, they said it was he would have been tapped in 6th gear and then on the gravel.
Yeah. So 270. Holy shit, I'm going to the gravel.
Yeah, he nearly ran out the back of someone. Of Schroeder.
Yeah, he was that little bit faster.
Yeah.
And was thinking, am I going to go? Holy shit, I'm going to hit him. I'm going to go straight. And just, it's fucking awesome.
He kept it up when he got back on track though. He still got 10th.
And I noticed a couple of the Moto 2 guys, when they ran off track into the gravel, they do a wheelie to get the gravel out of the belly pan and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm I'd be fucking annoyed if I was a rider. I'm cunt.
There's gravel going everywhere.
I won't say that. Yeah, don't put gravel on the fucking racetrack. What are you doing? So Gardner, a bit disappointing.
Yeah, he's doing so well, but then just can't.
Yeah, and his crash was was it in the chicane, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he just low-sided it. He picked it back up and tried to get it going again, but...
He was looking fast, and he would have been up for a podium maybe, because he was in about 6th, I think.
Yeah, and then
had the pace.
This year in general he's been fast. But then he's
still young.
It's his 2nd or 3rd DNF.
Yeah.
It's which is what he did, he was doing the same last year, but he was at the back.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
you don't mind if someone's fast. Like, it's not ideal, but he was crashing in slow.
yeah.
And he was crashing in fast. I did see on his Twitter, he's like, yeah, won't make that mistake again at Magello. So,
Yeah.
completely different crash, because last one was a high side.
Yeah, on the first lap. But,
And this was a mid-race low side, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, frustrating for us, being Aussies, but...
Yeah, and I tipped him.
Guess who I tipped, everyone? Who was it? Lance?
Yeah, Alex Marquez.
Yeah.
So you only tipped that didn't DNF, though.
Yeah, that was... Literally every race in DNF. Far out. And he was a bit of a gamble, because I was like, he hasn't... I think I tipped him start of the year, and he did shit, and I was like, not tipping him again.
Yeah, I tipped him earlier in the year as well. He didn't do well.
Yeah. Oh, well. Winner for me. Because I looked at last year's results and went, he did pretty well last year. I think he got like a 4th. And the people who won was like Morbidelli and Oliveira got like 2nd. I'm like, well, I can't pick them.
Yeah.
They're not there anymore. Then it was like...
It would have been Bagnaia and Oliveira.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Morbidelli, oh no, he was racing thing last year, sorry. And I was like, well, they're in GP, can't pick them. And Luthi was up there as well. I'm like, I don't want to pick Luthi. I don't know why.
Yeah. Luthi still did well. Like, he's in 6th, but he was up the very front to start with, and then he just had no
dropped
grip.
Like a stone.
Just see him coming onto the straight. The bike was like bucking and crazy shaking everywhere. It was.
I'm surprised he got 6th even.
Yeah.
A few people crashed and
Yeah.
And Massier got relegated. Not Massier. No, that's Moto 3, wasn't it? The time penalty.
Yeah.
There was a shitload of people who didn't finish.
Yeah, that was the same in all of races nearly, but a lot of crashes and
Let's count how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people DNF'd or had an accident.
So 3 retirements and 9 crashes.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That is absolutely crazy. Sam Lowe's.
Yeah, of course he's just he's crashing more and more. And he's kind of like Gardner. Like beginning of the season, he was super fast.
Yeah. This is. He was one of those guys. I thought he was going to get it together.
Yeah, it's like this is his year. Like he's got get it out of his system. He's gonna. Yeah.
But he hasn't.
He crashed 4 times on the weekend.
Yeah, that's just insane. I know the year before he went to because he got signed by Aprilia, and I was like, yeah, he's young, up and coming, fast, and he was like 2nd in the championship that year, but then crashed a couple of times towards the end, but nothing crazy. Then he went to Aprilia and was just crashed way more than everyone else.
Yeah,
even Marquez. Oh, interesting fact I read: Quartararo has never crashed in MotoGP.
That's pretty good for testing in 4 rounds.
Not even testing.
Jesus.
His time will come.
Yeah, he's gonna have a bigger.
It comes to everyone. Speed Up for the first time have 3 podiums in a row.
Yeah, they're going awesome. Like Jorge Navarro's in 2nd. The next Speed Up isn't until 12th, but there's not that many in there in general.
Probably be.
That's only 2 of them.
That's it.
Yeah, and they it's like
Gianni Antonio was riding pretty well. Was it?
Yeah, but he's a Moto 2 rookie. He was in Moto 3 last year.
Apparently their tyre life is really good on the chassis. So towards the end of the race, they're really strong. And Navarro did set one of the fastest lap times.
But it looked like it was going to be like Mark VDS 1-2 with Marquez and Fernandez. Not Fernandez, Xavi Vierge is the other one.
Yeah.
But then, the end of the race, Navarro just kept pushing through.
Those two would go on hammer and tong for a few laps. Yeah. And they probably could have caught Marquez. Well, he probably had a little bit in reserve as well.
Yeah, he was out in front just cruising.
He was just looked so comfortable. It was pretty impressive.
I did like Navarro's bright yellow livery.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
I
did like that. It's really good. Baldassari.
Yeah, so he's had a awesome few rounds, 2 wins from pole as well, and then he just crashes halfway through the race.
So he's won 2 rounds.
He's had 2. I think you won 1, crash. Then is that the one that his bike didn't start, and then Well, I heard them say he's won two wins in the last 3 rounds.
Yeah.
So he won one, didn't win one last one. Was
So he's
doing
hit
well.
or miss, to say the least.
Yeah.
And I think he's still winning the championship, leading it. Besides all this,
Oh, he was.
Right up. He was. It's just pretty crazy, really.
Yeah.
Pretty how many points wins give you though. Like if you're winning, because that was like Rins. What was Rins? You said he was like.
Rins was 1 point behind Marquez before Le Mans, and now he's 20 behind.
Yeah. It just proves how much a bad weekend and someone else wins. It screws you.
Yeah.
You got the.
Yeah, I'm just checking him now.
Checking them. Brad Binder got 4th, which is surprising. KTM, I was saying last week, we're bringing a whole new chassis, and they did. So maybe it's working. It's hard to say. Like,
yeah. So Baldassari is still winning, and he's won 3 out of 5 races,
and
retired for the other 2. So Luthie's
what a demon.
Luthie's in second, then Navarro, then Marquez.
Yeah.
And he's got like a 7-point lead at the moment still.
Far out. He'll probably win next round, then win crash. I want to. Yeah. I'd be really interested to see if he can like
DNF half the year.
DNF half and win the other half, and if he still wins.
Yeah.
He probably would in Moto 2.
And the field's so close, it's not like someone's consistently winning. If he's the only one consistently winning, then
yeah.
And
he was up there again.
He was till he crashed. He was top 5.
All right. He took out Passini as well. I like Passini.
Yeah.
Disappointing. He hasn't had much luck, the old Passini. He did really well that fill-in race.
Yeah, he did awesome last year. Didn't get a ride. Apparently he was like an Italian TV presenter or something.
Yeah, he's a commentator.
Yeah. And then he's back on the Sky 46.
Just filling in. And he's got taken out the last 2 times, I think.
Yeah.
He got that 4th in his first round. No, he's so much older than I thought he'd be. He's like 37 or 36.
I think he's the oldest person to ever ride a Moto2 bike.
It's crazy. And he didn't do much his whole career until his like last 2 seasons. He was like just started winning and going awesome.
Yep.
Good on him.
Maybe he stopped caring.
Yeah, he's like,
yeah.
Fuck, I'll just try and go for it. Alright, Moto 3. This was my favourite race of the weekend, I thought. It was really good.
Yeah, it was like a proper Moto 3 race, just like a million passes, and half the field crashed.
Yeah. It was insanity, and there was time penalty for Massia.
Yep. I think, in Moto 2 there was, Jorge Martin got a ride through for jump start.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
What an idiot.
And they were flashing
up. Yes, he did. That's why he got...
It took him like 3 laps to take it as well.
It's lucky not to get black flag.
Yeah.
That's why I saw him on the timesheets. I'm like, he's been really good. Why was he last? That's why.
Yep.
McPhee just rode... I was watching him. I knew he won before I watched the race, so I got spoiled. So I kept an extra eye on him. And I was watching him. He was in like 6th and 7th for a long time, but in the lead pack. But he was just riding super smooth and not getting involved in all the shenanigans ahead.
Yeah, just like keeping that bit reserved to like have that late charge.
Yeah.
And when
really smart.
When he went for it, he just like carved straight up through the pack really quickly.
Yep.
Wasted no time or energy, and then just
Yep.
Really good strategy.
I thought Toba he would have maybe had the pace to win. Like he came through so strong in those last 5 laps or so. But him and Canet came together and duked it about one too many times. On that last lap. It's proper aggressive pass. I loved it.
They lose so much time when they do that to each other. They lose it in GP as well, but they not as much. But Moto 3, if they like that little bit of mid corner speed, costs them.
They're so much closer together.
Yeah.
Well, I was reading one part where one of the guys was in like 5th, made a mistake, and went down to like 17th.
Yeah, well, sometimes that's the lead. That's the lead pack.
Yeah.
So it's like they can't slot back in till.
It'd just be soul destroying. You're like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
One mistake, and I'm all the way back here.
Pretty much gone from getting a podium to no points.
Yeah, and you're not going to make it up. Not that many. You might make a few positions up with extra pace. There were some huge crashes.
Yeah, there was a lot of crashes. And then, first lap, Tatsuki Suzuki. high side, and then his bike like comes back across the racetrack in front of everyone.
There were so many near misses. It was crazy. I don't know how someone didn't hit him. I really don't.
Yeah. Like he was way off in the gravel, but his bike was...
Yeah, his bike. and the tyre got ripped off the rim.
Yeah, it's all the guys recovering it. I think the wheel was bent as well.
Yeah.
It was like... Yeah, it was...
It was secondhand.
Yeah.
Very secondhand. Ayagura had pretty good pace, but crashed as well.
Yeah.
Like he low-sided, I'm pretty sure, from memory. Just pushing that little bit too much.
A lot of the Japanese riders are doing really well now. It must be just like good timing with like the Asia Talent Cup guys coming up and...
Yeah, it must really be helping. Because they haven't had anyone really up there for a while.
Toba was the first Japanese Moto3 winner this year.
But like, who have they had?
Yeah, no one. Would have been like Nakagami. He went through Superbikes to get the GP. I don't think he rode.
He's a good rider.
He didn't ride.
He's been doing really well this year.
Yeah.
He DNF'd on the weekend.
Yep.
Which is his first DNF in ages because he had like a record top 10 positions for him.
Yeah.
5 in a row.
Best season he's ever had.
I'm trying to think. Nori.
There was a Japanese rider back in the
day. I got one of the guy's helmets.
Oh, yeah,
But he was a superbike rider, but he did ride in 500s in MotoGP. And he was really good as well. I think he never won, he always got second.
Oh, yeah.
In superbikes.
I can't remember his name. It might be the guy. So we were having dinner out at Morgan Park.
Yeah.
After a coaching day with Gary McCoy was telling stories.
Mm.
And he was saying one of his seasons there, like, one of the Japanese riders crashed. It was like when they first got carbon brakes.
Yeah.
And his carbon brake just failed, and he's just like sent it off into the wall.
He'd just be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Gary said like he saw him laying there for like a couple laps before everyone got to him as well. Cause like he must have been kind of moving, but not getting up.
Like, man, that hurt.
And it's that same as like when you're on a track day, you see someone crash, like that's gonna be a red flag, and you kind of button off, and everyone goes flying past you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't do that in mid GP race.
Yeah. I'm actually going to Google who he is. Aprilia. He rode for Aprilia for a bit, and Ducati. I'm just going to go like 2005 World Superbikes. Got to be somewhere around that era. Haga. That's who he is. Noriyuki Haga.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fucking good rider. But he's one of the last like really good Japanese guys I remember. I remember the guy died in 2006, was it?
He rode in British Superbikes in 2012.
Haga?
Yeah.
Shit.
He got 8th in the championship.
Fuck, that's alright. Here we go. Some random Noriyuki Haga stats. He never won the championship from memory. No, I don't think he did. But he got 43 wins and 116 podiums. That's a good effort. That's a really good effort. Got third, second, 6th, 8th.
A lot of wins on Yamahas.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. You go to a 4th on Aprilia as well in 2002. That would have been the RSB 1000. That was when everyone was riding 1000. The VTR 1000. Ducati had their 1000. And RSB 1000. And I think they had like 750s then. They had like ZX 7R.
Oh,
and the YZF R7.
Yeah.
Like obscure bikes like that you never fucking see. But apparently awesome. Awesome track bikes I've been reading. What would you'd have to race in like F1 though?
Yeah, it's like our stuff not made for. I guess in like if you went Bears or something, like the older style championships, it's fine. They got more obscure stuff for that.
Which that'd be pretty cool. Riding like a ZX7 or whatever they are, their race bike from the time.
Yeah, the ZX7R. Yeah.
But I knew they were screamers. They sounded really cool. I do remember that because I was watching a like superbike documentary and they're like showing off the bikes and like it's fucking badass.
Yeah, and the YZF R7 was like way ahead of its time. It's kind of like what turned into an R1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're rambling. We're rambling a bit. Yeah.
So I guess another question is how'd your tip go?
You fucking would. Another DNF, Antonelli. He was doing well. He was like in 7th.
He crashed real late. Like, it was...
It was really, like only 3 or 4 laps left or something. Oh, it's just like,
I watched
compounded my weekend.
I watched this race like 2 days before Curtis did, and I just had to bite my tongue till he watched it before I could tell him.
How's your race? You watched it yet? You watched it yet? Yeah, good.
But I went, Della Porta still did me a solid. He was up there in 2nd again.
He's always up there, that fucker.
Yeah, he's... Like,
You could safely just choose him for the rest of the season, I reckon.
Yeah, I probably will. He's my boy.
I'm not going to choose him out of principle. Maybe I should. I'll just pick first, because I'm due to pick first next week. I'll just be like, Della Porta, but then he'll DNF or something.
Yeah. That's what I was doing in GP. I'm like, not picking Quartararo, like, not doing it for the rookie.
Yeah.
But then the other rookies all suck.
Yeah, they're nowhere near him. Bagnai's been a bit disappointing. You mentioned before, you wanted to talk about the gap between each class.
Yeah, so, like, I guess it really shows up when you look at the rookies in each class and what they did last year on the bike they're familiar with and what they're doing now. It's like Jorge Martin just dominated Moto3 last year, and he hasn't been anywhere in Moto2.
He's been solid, yeah.
Yeah. And then the guys that have gone from Moto2 to GP, it was Oliveira and Bagnaia fighting for the championship all year. And they're not doing great. Like, Oliveira's not on a good bike. Bagnaia's on a great bike. And then Quartararo, who was nowhere, is like, the bike obviously just suits him, and he's on the friendliest GP bike. And he's just flying.
And he must be stupidly talented.
Yeah.
And he's young.
Yeah.
He's 20.
But the gap is huge between the bike. Like, for them to make that jump, and then, like, they get such limited testing and practice on the big bikes.
They really do not have much testing.
No.
Like, if you're on if you're not on a Aprilia or a KTM, you get fuck all testing.
Yeah, and then they can't practice on anything anywhere near that good. They practice, like, the guys on Moto2s practice on superbikes, thousands.
Yep. Next closest thing.
Yeah, like, so the GP guys, like, they a lot of them practice, like, motard and stuff, but they can't. So it gives them skills, but they just can't get used to it, I guess.
That'd be the toughest thing, is just bike time.
Yeah.
It'd be such a disadvantage. That's where, like, how talented is Quartararo, just straight up being fast.
Yep.
After so limited testing.
And, like, Suzuki were a bit cheeky, and they got Mia more time last year, like, before he was officially signed, and they could lock him out. They put him on GP bike in Japan and stuff.
Yeah.
But still hasn't...
we're just, letting him try it.
Yeah.
Good on him. You gotta try these things. So a bit of news was basically Alex Marquez possibly to Pramac.
Yeah, a bit of, like, it's the first, like, contract rider rumours, but it's like the Pramac seat and the Ducati seat are the only ones up next year, really.
There's no factory seats except for Ducati.
Yep.
That's it.
So there was after we saw that article, I found one with the Pramac, like, director talking with, and saying, like, basically, Miller, it's no secret he wants the Ducati seat. Primac's worried that if Miller doesn't get that, he's going to try and get another factory seat, but there's none available. So they're kind of just, leaving their options open to who they can bring up from Moto2. The article might be a bit sensationalized, saying that it's a ploy.
No
it's a ploy that, like, Alex Marquez gets the Pramac seat, and then in 2021, when Mark's contract's up with Honda, he'll go Ducati.
Yep.
But
which I can see happening.
Yeah, Gigi will pay the money. They paid it to Lorenzo.
They've got the money. Like,
they want the win.
Petrucci would be on fuck all compared to Lorenzo.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they got some coffers there. Some money in reserve. And you'd be mad, everyone would want Marquez.
Yeah, but you'd say only Honda and Ducati would afford him.
I think they're the only two that could afford him.
Yeah.
Like, KTM are rich, but
they don't have the bike yet.
Yeah. But I want him, everyone's saying, yeah, he's the best rider ever. I want him to go to someone who's doing shit and win.
Yeah, if he gets on, like, a KTM and wins,
yeah,
that would be
Well, then KTM by then might be fucking regularly up there top 6.
Yeah, and then like
not just one round here and there.
I'd rather see him on a KTM than an Aprilia. I reckon the
Why?
Aprilia still has like mechanical problems. Like,
They don't anymore.
I haven't this year.
This year, they sorted their shit
Yeah.
out. They've actually decided they're going to do it properly this
They're
year.
gonna finish a race.
Yeah, last year they were a bit. Last year was a disaster for them.
Yeah.
It really was. I wanted to go to Aprilia because I'll be like, fuck, he would win races. He would win races on any bike, I think,
Yeah, I don't know.
or at least podium.
Yeah.
He'd podium a KTM on an Aprilia.
I guess the articles talk about like Rossi won 9 championships and couldn't win on Ducati.
Mm-hmm.
So that Marquez wants to win 9, then go to Ducati and win 1.
Yep. But here's the thing of Rossi. He won like 5 straight and then went to Yamaha, which was not very good at the time.
Yeah.
Won first year on Yamaha.
And he went from 500s to thousands.
Yeah. So he's going to have that.
Yep.
What Marquez should do is 3. You should do 3 manufacturers.
Just win on everyone. Bring Kawasaki back. He win on them.
Yeah, bring him in. Imagine that he goes to Ducati, wins. He could do like 2 years on Ducati, win. 2 years on an Aprilia or KTM, win. Then I'll be like, yeah, he's the fucking best ever. Like, that is fucking freakish. Is he the best ever?
He's definitely the best currently, but it's so hard to know. Like, the bikes are so much better.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Like, Rossi in his prime had better stats.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's because I think the depth of the field, like, the competitors weren't as consistently strong.
but could that be because he was just better?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's semantics, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
who knows?
I saw someone, I think it was Crashley the other day, commented saying, like, Dovi's, like, doing well by being consistently mediocre.
Yeah. That's exactly it. It's like, yeah, I just pick up solid positions.
Yep.
And I suppose we didn't talk about this earlier, but Gigi said, like, he blatantly said, we're not paying you to get second positions.
Yeah, like Petrucci and Dovi were celebrating their podiums.
Yeah, and he was sitting in the, like, room, like,
Stroking his beard.
just fucking fuming.
Fucking scheming his next little spoiler.
Yeah, this next spoiler. Next weird thing. Because they got it, because he's right to be annoyed, because their bike's good now.
Yeah, and I guess it was after this time last year that Ducati really started winning with Lorenzo. Not that I don't think Petrucci's going to do that. But these aren't, where we've been aren't great Dovi tracks either.
Yeah. They'll be strong at Mugello. Really big straight.
Yep. But then they don't have the advantage there now. Honda's fast.
Yeah, I think Marquez is going to just win there again. Really.
Yep, definitely.
And Austria, he'll probably win there too. Even though it's traditionally a Ducati track.
Yeah, they're the ones he really tries to win. Like, he really goes for it.
Yeah, well, he has to get, because he's guaranteed to win. Not guaranteed, but like he crashed at Coda, so there you go. But he's got a few tracks where he's unbeatable.
Yeah.
It's up to him to crash pretty much. But then Austria and stuff are like Ducati's gonna be right up there.
Yeah,
They've still got the grunt advantage.
The like corner X at Grunt, definitely.
And they're still top of the top speed charts. But he's just getting out of corners. We said it before, he just gets out of those corners. And
Yeah. The gap's closed a lot though. It was like 10 or 15 k's an hour last year, and this year it's like 3 or 4.
So Pramac, one of the guys from Pramac blatantly said, "We're just, we can only try.
Yeah.
We're just trying, if we get planting the seed, hey, Mark, come to Ducati. We got your brother." Like hostage, holding for ransom.
Yeah, this would be Gigi in the back scheming. This is where he went, this is what he was thinking about sitting in the chair, death staring Petrucci and Dovi.
Yeah. One of you fuckers is gone.
Yeah.
You're gone. I've had enough.
How much payload do I need to pay Marquez?
Oh, it'd be a lot of money. It would be a lot of money. So the only other real news is they're doing testing at Mugello, Ducati, Aprilia, and KTM right now.
Yeah, so the interesting KTM, because they pretty much treated Le Mans as a test. So many new parts and swing arm and the
They had a
bikes.
test at Le Mans just before as
Yeah,
well.
and the guys had different setup bikes for their wet and dry bikes. I don't know if that was preserving parts from crashing
Or
or
maybe they only had the one.
yeah. So Pole and Zarco's wet bike had a aluminium swing arm.
Yep. So they got the aluminium swing arm covered in carbon fibre. So it looks carbon fibre.
Okay, so it's kind of like the is it the Aprilia carbon frame then? That's part.
No, it's just blatantly aluminium with a carbon cover, I think,
Oh,
from memory. Yeah. Maybe it's a little bit reinforced, but it was just an aluminium swing arm. Now they got a carbon one, kind of like Honda was doing.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. KTM
Looks like it's working for them. So
fucking oath. They was so strong.
yeah,
Aprilia will want to do really well at Mugello. It's their home track, same as Ducati. I'd be surprised if Ducati don't do well. They do well everywhere now.
yeah. I feel like Ducati just tested Mugello for convenience. Is like which test track's closest to home?
Yeah. Oh, such a cool track. I love Mugello. In the hills, always got that huge crowd.
Yeah, the big dip at the end of the straight. It's just like
Yeah, that's 359 or whatever they did there like recently.
that's the place that aero fairings like really save the riders.
Yeah. I saw a couple recently and were like, what's the point of aero? I'm like, man, this is it, isn't it?
Yeah, well, even Aprilia did the launch for their like RSV4 factory RF, whatever, the one that comes with the aero on the road bike.
The 1100.
They did that launch at Mugello, and then they gave the journalists like they could ride an old RSV4 without it and the new one with it, and then that Michael Nees bloke on MCN.
Yeah.
He's like, it actually keeps the front wheel on the ground over that dip.
Oh, really?
Like he could brake from the top instead of having to roll off and brake before the peak of the crest, he could brake as he was hitting the crest type of thing.
Really? That's insane.
So like, yeah.
That thing's an animal too, man. I want one of those. bit out of my price range at the moment. I think they're about 32,000. Ouch.
I guess I'll do a quick wrap up of our actual. We've talked about our tips and what the results were, but a bit of our scores for our tipping.
Mm-hmm.
So, I won the round on 35 points. Crashley was in second on 40 points. And then Curtis had a real tanker at 53.
Tanker. Hey, it only takes one round though to bring it back, baby.
So the standings are still like I'm on head on 210, and the other boys are tied on 233. So it's 23 points.
So one round,
which is one DNF.
Yeah, that's true. That is.
So.
Oh man, I'm gonna think hard about this next. It's about 2 weeks till Mugello.
Yeah.
Like even 3.
It was a good round to have 3 out of 4 DNFs because half the field crashed and everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Fuck. If I didn't have even one DNF, I would have been such a good round.
Yeah, you would have been like pretty close to me.
It would have been really good. 35's good. That's one of the better scores we've had,
It is third best. So the best was Mike Jones, who just...
He took all my picks.
He just tipped all the favourites. Yeah, you still got the winner out of us for that round on 35.
Yeah.
And then you got 31 in the first week.
Oh, shit. Peaked early.
Yeah.
Too early.
So we're going to do our product review for this week, a bit different. We're going to do a bit of a battle of the leathers between the local Brisbane companies.
Yep. So I've got a pair of Shark leathers.
So they're based at the Gold Coast, local guys that race. And I've got a pair of Ricondis, which are another Brisbane guy. So.
All right, well, let's compare them. How much were yours first?
I think the retail price is around 1,100. I think I paid just under 1,000.
Yeah. Oh, because you got the boots and I bought the boots.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yep.
Which is like basically taking $200 off.
Yeah, you would have given me them for like $9.90 something.
Yeah.
Without the boots.
That's pretty good. Mine were $6.99.
Oh, so yours are cheaper. So yeah.
Significantly.
Yep.
I think they're usually $7.99.
Yeah.
So, as usual, you just go in. What can you do them for? I've been doing for this. Kind of thing. Same as you would have done.
Exactly.
All right. What do you think of the Ricondis?
I love them.
Yep.
I think they are the best leathers. like off the shelf leathers I've seen and tried on. It did help that. So I walked in, probably best customer service I've had in a motorcycle accessory shop as well, because they're usually pretty hit and miss.
Yeah.
Walked in, said I'm looking at leathers. He said, you are this model and this size, and it fitted me perfectly.
Yeah. Just
So-
knows it's back to back, his products.
Yeah, lucky that they like. He has a few different lines of different models. They all have like the same features, but one's for like a taller, thinner body shape.
Yep.
One's for like a shorter, wider body shape.
Yep.
And then I think he over exaggerates that shape in terms of like length. So that then if you're thin but short, you can get them taken in.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're not as wide, if you're on the other end of the scale, but you're not as fat as he has them,
Yep.
you can get them brought in because it's easier to take away leather than to add leather.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Exactly. That's a good idea.
Like they fitted me as good as he said they fit me how he would make a custom set fit me, but I don't have to pay the custom price.
So it's perfect for you.
Yeah, and then they're like, I tried on a lot of like Alpine Stars and Dainese. I tried on everything sort of in the price range I was looking for, and these fitted me the best. I feel like they felt the best quality in them. What you get, a lot of the other ones in that, like your big brand A Stars and stuff, don't have like removable liners and stuff for cleaning.
Yeah.
For that price point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I crashed at them. They didn't fall apart. So
That's exactly what you want at the end of the day, isn't it? You don't wear your ass off and you wear the leather out instead of your fucking skin.
yeah, exactly. So what do you think of your shark ones?
All right, I've done a big review on these in the past on the Back Wheel channel, so I'll give you a synopsis of that. For the price, they are really good. I like them. They're very good. I've also crashed them, and they pulled up fantastic. Like, they've just got scuff marks. That's it.
Yeah. Now our crashes are pretty similar speed and sort of the way we fell.
Yeah.
We both slid on our asses and
Yep.
yeah,
But like 70 k's an hour or something, or 80,
yeah,
something like that. So decent, still on the bitumen, sliding on your ass. If you weren't wearing leathers, you'd be fucked.
yeah. If you're on the street in jeans and a jacket, even if like your jacket would ride up and our backs would have been ripped up and stuff. So yeah.
You'd be sore and sorry. And I didn't have anything wrong, but a little bit of whiplash and because I hit my head in the ground and stuff. They are heavy, noticeably heavier than the Ricondis because I've
Like the material's like a lot thicker.
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the leather in general is thicker as
Yeah.
well, and it's got in a good way. It has a lot of padding and stuff on the inside, which probably doesn't add a lot, but it would add to the weight as well.
Yeah, mine has a lot of padding. I've taken some of it out though because I wear a separate back protector and stuff. So I
Yes.
took the standard stuff out
Yeah,
in that area.
I also run my own back protector. It comes with. Did yours come with like the basic?
Yeah, just
back
a foam thing.
Yeah, same. Good if you got nothing else, but definitely wear a proper back protector if you got one. So fit wise, it's mixed. Mine definitely doesn't fit as well as yours. But in saying that, it could get very easily altered and fit very well because it's very bulky in the forearms down to my wrist region. I'm just average build, I'd say. Nothing weird about me. And it's exactly the same in the calf region. So it's really bulky down there. And that, if I got that taken in, they'd fit really well. And the calves, the thighs are a bit tight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've worn them, haven't worn them shitloads, but enough where they'd be worn in.
Yeah.
So they're just a little bit tight, which limits your flexibility a bit. But in terms of like the actual build quality, they're really good.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, I think early shark leathers or the really cheap ones, I've seen pictures where people have come off and they're like stitchings come apart and stuff.
Yeah, that was the attack range, I think they're called.
But yeah, yours were no better or worse than how mine held up for the crash.
So they're both really good, honestly. I'd say I would buy a Ricondi set though.
Yeah. A lot of guys have the custom shark ones, and they look really nice.
They're really good. If
like
I was
the
to get a
kangaroo
custom,
ones and
I would get the shark ones because the price they're about $2,000 still.
Yeah, but that's the off the shelf A-Star set.
Exactly, and I was the same as you. Tried on A-Stars, Dainese, a couple of other brands. I think it was the Dainese that fit me pretty well, but it wasn't perfect.
Yep.
You know, so it still wasn't perfect.
I think the Dainese fitted me fairly well too.
But they were like
similar cup. They're really expensive.
1,700 for the base set.
Yeah.
You know, it's over twice the price I paid for mine.
Yeah.
And so if I was just to spend, I don't know how much, what Stitch Smith cost, or whatever it's called.
Probably not much.
I think like a couple of bucks.
Our mate Gary had a big off at Lakeside and they cut his leathers off him.
And
it only cost him like $150 to get them sewn back together.
There. So if I got some leathers, so let's say $200 worst case.
Yeah, not even, I don't
I'd
think.
have a really good fitting suit.
Yep.
But then I'd be really close to what you paid to yours.
Yeah, but then you'd have to see if the Ricondi may not fit you as well as it fits me either.
Yes, that's true.
So it might be money you need to spend on Ricondi as well. So it's probably...
Yeah, moot point. The only issue I would have is the weight would still be there.
Yeah, the Ricondi's definitely lighter and I think it breathes a bit better.
Which I find... This is going to sound ridiculous, but if you're racing, one, you want to be lighter.
Yep.
Even though, yes, we could just go to the gym, but we're not fat guys, so we don't really need to lose a lot of weight or anything. But it's also like noticeable when you're wearing it.
It's like, I think you can move better and more comfortable on the bike, which then you can ride faster.
Yeah, exactly. So I have a Technic suit. I've still got. It's just a 2-piece basic suit that I'll use for the street and have used in track in the past. It feels like it's really light and easy to move with in comparison.
Yep. I guess, my previous suit, there's the flip side, so I had a Madoff something, which is a sub-brand of Berwick. It's like their cheaper price point stuff.
Yep.
It was only like $400 brand new. The leather was really thick. It's really heavy. It fitted me okay. It's just like the arms and stuff are a little bit short, but in terms of like the fit was alright. Didn't breathe. It was heavy on the bike. Like it
wasn't perforated at all, was it?
No, it really took it out of you, like wearing it for a day, even not in the middle of summer. Yeah. Didn't crash in it, but
didn't you? I thought you did.
No.
I thought you did it.
I did, but I was on the grass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't on the road.
So that was at Lakeside.
Yeah. Yeah, I was covered in mud, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
No abrasion.
Yeah, because it rained overnight that day, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then we had to wait for it to dry out first session. Yeah. But yeah, I like Shark. Just be wary of those. And Mitch Kuhn said, I gave him that feedback at the time, and he said that was some of the things they're looking at for the newer set that's out now, I think.
Yeah, so, and I think the newer stuff is closer to their custom stuff, and it's...
Yeah. If they fix those things and it was... I'd pay $7.99 instead. I'd be like, yep, sweet, I'll just buy them for $7.99.
Yeah, which...
That's a pretty good price.
Yeah, maybe next year you can get their current top range stuff for the cheaper price. Yeah,
exactly. Do Ricondi have stuff on top of what you do, like better, or is it just they're about that price range then custom? I don't know.
Yeah, they got their like couple of models. They just have that one standard set. They don't have like entry level all the way up. They do have like 2Ps and stuff. Then they got custom cow and custom kangaroo.
Yep.
They do sell like Spitty and stuff as well.
But why bother?
Yeah, the Spitty stuff is way more expensive than the Ricondi stuff for the same product.
It's very simple. Like Speedy is really good. Like they do some nice stuff. But if you're here in Australia, like I don't think you can get Ricondi overseas.
No, I don't
Same
think
with
so.
Shark. Yeah. But if you're in Brisbane, you'd be mad not to get one of those two brands. I think really.
Yep.
Unless you wanted a specific look, like you're like, holy shit, that Alpine Stars looks amazing, or the Berwick.
Yeah.
Like colours and stuff. If you're that vain. We are not.
No.
Mine does match my bike though perfectly.
Yeah.
And that's why my wife got it. She like did the research, like, oh, they have an orange suit. He has an orange bike. Boom, I'm buying it. Pretty good purchase, yeah. Saved my ass and crash.
Yeah, no, they're both doing their job.
And they both support local racing.
Yeah, definitely. Like they're local guys that they both support racing. Like Ricondi give away a set of leathers every Southern Downs round.
Yep.
So they just random draw from an entry and gets a new set of leathers. Which is pretty amazing. Lucky door prize.
And Shark support a lot of the local races and
They
guys are in Australia.
They support a lot of the ASBK guys with suits.
Yeah.
The custom suits.
Yeah.
And a lot of the fast 300 guys.
Young up and comers and stuff. All right. Well, we'll bring another review next week. We got heaps of stuff we can review.
Yeah.
Generators, gloves.
Helmets.
Yeah, we've crashed some helmets and stuff like that.
We've got more bike parts.
Yeah. We'll keep doing that. That's about it, I'd say.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah, make sure you hit subscribe on whatever avenue you listen through, and swing us a like on Facebook. We put heaps of posts on there we wouldn't talk about on podcasts. All right, see you later.